Welcome to Virginia Flavor TV. My name is Felicia Harding. I am the author, writer, publisher, and producer of What Goes On Behind Closed Doors, a story of a preacher's wife. I would like to talk to you today about my business. I also own a bookstore out there on the flea market on Williamsburg Road, and it's called the Inspirational Ministries Book Club. There I sell books. I help to try to promote new authors from every nationality, every genres, anything you got it. I will try my best to get it in my bookstore and help promote it for you. I have ministry books, I have inspirational books, children books, erotica books, urban lit, and you name it, I carry it. Today, I want to give you a little insight about some other things that we do. For as we do TV and we do radio broadcasts, what I'm here to do is try to help you get your product or your thing out for other people to help get your business out there. You know, like your book. I will help set up some interviews. You will be coming to my shows. You will be on air. I will interview you. And just try to help other people get to know where you're from and the things that you do. My book, like I said, is called What Goes On Behind Closed Doors, a story of a preacher's wife. As I have 3 books. There's a part 2 to that book, and it's called Where Do I Go From Here? Those 2 books are about my life when I was married to a preacher. It tells my ups and downs, some of the abusive things that I went through, some of the not so helpful things, not so abusive things that I went through. The life as a preacher's wife is a journey. And my books are trying to help other people know about that journey, because it's such a big secret in the world. People don't like to talk about what goes on in the preacher's house. So, of course, I got a lot of backlash for writing the books, but it was all good. I also have a poetry book because I am also a poet. And I have a poetry book that I just brought out 2014, last month, as a matter of fact, in January. And those books, my poetry books, are very inspirational, and they're moved by emotions. Now, some of the other books that I carry, like I said, I have erotica books. Some are poetry and some are short stories. And a lot of it is, just to really get people motivated and excited about that work. I also help singers, comedians. It doesn't matter what your talent is. We here at Inspirational Ministries, we try to help you get out there. So I have a website that you can go to, www.hwp11imb13.com. On that website, you will find all of the books that I sell in my bookstore and little descriptions of what they're about. I do have live performances on a radio station, an AM radio station, where you can come out and you can be a part of the show. And we have guests. Each week I try to have a new author or a new artist, to do their thing, in other words. Last week, I also have a cable Comcast show that's going on right now. It will end February 14th. The last 2 segments, we are talking about my book, What Goes On Behind Closed Doors, a story of a preacher's wife. I have several real preacher wives who are still preachers' wives today that are guests on my show that will be appearing and telling their experiences of what it's like for them as a preacher's wife and some of the struggles and things that they go through. Week before, I had Mr. Wendell Moss, who is the author of Big Time. Wendell also has a publishing company outside of Norfolk, Virginia, which he promotes hair beauticians. He does plays. So like I said, I do a lot. I try to help a lot of different variety of people get their business and get their talents out there for other people to see. Because, God give us these gifts not to just sit down and share with family and friends. He gives us these gifts so we can share with other people and inspire other people that might have that talent or might have that gift but a little afraid or not know where to go to get started. We also help self-publishing. I also help other people self-publish. If you got a manuscript and you've already had it edited and you just need to get it promoted, put it in a binder and stuff, I help you do that. We're all about entrepreneurship here at IMB. We try to help people work for themselves. You know, the economy is hard. The economy is hard, and you know it's hard to get a job and stuff. So if you got a talent, why not capitalize on the gift that God gave you? And that's what we try to do. If it's, like I said, if it's a book you have, if it's poetry you have, we will help you get it to on Amazon.com or in Barnes and Nobles. You know, it's very economical and you can afford it. It's cheaper than going to a publishing company. We also try to teach you how to market your product. And we also have, like I said, we have the bookstore, and we will put your product in the bookstore free of charge. I will purchase your book personally, and I will put them in the bookstore, and I will sell them, as well as promote them. So wherever I go, your books go. If I go to a conference to sell my book, I take your book with me. That's how we try to keep everything generating, you know, because you might be in one area, I might be in another area, and you want your product to go everywhere. You want it to go across the nation, if so, across the country. You want it to really be international if possible, you know, and that's what we're here all about. I have an associate who is a minister, and she helps you with videos. You know, she teaches you how to do your videos. She teaches you how to format your book and stuff like that. We do have editing and all of that stuff we offer too. And all of these things are offered to you at no charge. You know, we don't really charge anything because, like I said, it's a gift. And what we try to do is help you capitalize on your gift. Not we capitalize on your gift, but you capitalize yourself. So, and it's like I said, we get into a lot of different things. We want you to make a name for yourself. Of course, we are in the business of trying to make a name for ourselves, but if we help you, then you would tell somebody else, and then somebody else, and somebody else, and that's how we get what we do. That's how we become known for what we do, by helping other people. We are a Christian-based company. You know, we specialize in Christianity, and that's what our base is. I am a minister, like I said, my partner, she is a minister also. And so we try to keep it focused. We try to keep everything within the guidelines of our religion. So, and in saying that, you heard me say I carry erotica books. Yes, I do. Now, people often wonder, how do erotica and Christianity fit all in one? Now I'm going to give you a little bit of information that what people don't realize. People get married. People go through problems in their marriage. One of the main problems they go through in their marriage is when they're in the bedroom. And when you go through things in the bedroom, then there's nothing wrong with picking up a book. It's something in that book might inspire you. You know, educate yourself. Don't keep hindering and, oh, I'm so Christian that I can't do this and I can't do this. And that's why your husband is out there looking at the girl in the pew 3-4 blocks back and back, because you refuse to open your mind and expand. That's why I carry erotica books. And because in every book that I carry in my store is to help and to teach and to motivate, because that's what we do. And another thing I tell you, people, don't judge the book by the cover. Because sometimes, just because the cover is one way, doesn't mean there isn't a message that's embedded in that book. I have a book in my store now by Miss Raquel Williams, and it's called Bottom Bitch, excuse the language. But, you know, and a lot of Christian people shy away from the book because of the title. But she tells a story, and she tells a story of life in a reality. What some people really are going through in life. But like I said, a lot of people away in Christian world will shy away because of the title of the book. Like I said, don't judge the book by the title, because you might be missing a blessing for real. Like I said, I also have children books. I also have books written by children. And I have a little book called Little Wisdom. That's by an 8-year-old girl. She's a poet. She's inspiring other little kids to write, you know, because you know God, it doesn't matter how old you are when God blesses you with a gift, you know. And we try to help those little girls and big girls and men. We try to help everybody, you know, accomplish that dream, because that's what it is. It's a dream. Everybody has something that they want to do. And like I said, you can come to IMB, and IMB will help you, regardless whether it's being a comedian, whether it's singing. You might want to praise dance. We help you. I mean, we have a place where we can go and we put on shows. Like I said, my bookstore, which I've just started opening, is located in the flea market on Williamsburg Road, 3302 Williamsburg Road. And in there, I will be having little events to help you promote what you do. Thank you. And so, like I said, I have a telephone number. You can call me anytime. My telephone number is 804-433-5258. Again, 804-433-5258. My website, www.hwp11imb13.com. My email is the same as the website, but it's gmail.com. So, like I said, if there's anything you have, any kind of talent you have, any kind of clothes, you might be a seamstress, you might design clothes, you might design jewelry. It doesn't matter what your talent is. We can help you. We will help you. We specialize, yes, we do specialize in books, because that's what I am. I am an author first. I am a writer first. So I do inspire, and I try to do a lot of things to help other authors, because I walk that walk, and I know how hard it is to get your book into, as an unknown, how hard it is to get into bookstores. I know how hard it is to get your books into libraries. You know, it's certain things that we have to do, and it's hard. And really, to be honest, a lot of people don't believe in taking in new authors. You know, most of the time the game is like everything else. It all depends on who you know. Who you know and where you go. That's really the basics for everything these days. So, no, we don't know a lot of big people, but we do have a lot of information, and we do have a lot of things that we have in progress, and that can get you started. And what we do is we offer a startup kit. We help you get your banners. We help you get your business cards. We help you get your logo made. I mean, like I said, we do anything to help you get started. Once we help you get started, it's up to you to take your steps to the next level. Because it's not our job to carry you. It's just our job to get you started. So like again, and I'm going to keep on saying it over and over and over again. My website, I have most of the books in my bookstore on my website. So you can pretty much go and see the type of books that I carry. If you're a reader, they are great reads. Yes, I have read a majority of them. Right now, I have 31 African American authors. I have one Caucasian author. I do none. I also have a thing where you have those nonfiction books, which are true stories. We have a section in there also. I went to the erotica, now I'm going to the nonfiction. My books are nonfiction because they're about my life. Christine's, her book is nonfiction because it's talking about and it's educating people about the disease she has. She has a disease called bipolar, and it tells about her ups and downs, how she went from a $500 job, upper job, making good money, to actually having nothing. You know, how her disease caused her to spend time in jail, how it altered her life forever. You know, and there's a lot of people out there with bipolar, me included, whereas the difference is my bipolar has helped me to motivate and get motivated and to help motivate other people. You know, and I educate on bipolar because you can be successful and you can have a normal life even with this disease, regardless of what life people say, stereotyping and all of this stuff. You know, it's not as what people say it is. It really is. You can be prosperous with the disease. Also, we teach, like I said, we also teach about ministry. We have a lot of Christian books. We have a lot of inspirational books, like I said. But like I said, I also, and I keep saying again, I am a poet first, and my main goal is to also market my own work. And I wrote, like I said, I wrote the books, What Goes On Behind Closed Doors, A Story of a Preacher's Wife, Part 1. Part 2 is What Goes On Behind Closed Doors, Where Do I Go From Here? Now, of course, my first book is about my life within the church and how that was. My second book, of course, is my life after the church, after I separated from my husband, what direction my life went in. And it wasn't really pretty because I also had to spend time in jail. I went through a time of homelessness. I went through a time of just trying to rebuild myself. I had been a preacher's wife for only a short time, but I had lost myself into my church and into my husband. So my second book tells you the things that I went through to rebuild, to get me to where now I'm sitting here talking to you about my business. You know, so it was a walk and it was a struggle, and that's what you can find in my books. Like I said, I also do poetry and have a poetry book, and it's called Just a Thought. And I titled it Just a Thought because that's what it was. It was just some thoughts that came through my head that inspired me, and when I shared them with other people, I saw that it also inspired them. So, like I said, go to my website, www.hwp11imb13.com, and you will find a lot of the different books that I've talked about, including my own. Another author that I carry, and his books are not really street lit, but they're a kind of urban, gangster, romantic kind of thing going on with his books, and it's called Buffalo City Stars. I'm telling you, that is a book that you really need to read. I've had one of my senior friends, like 65 years old, to read that book, and and every day she was like, "Woo!" And I'm loving it. So, like I said, and it's about his life, fiction-wise, about the streets of Buffalo. Some of the things that go on in Buffalo City. Me personally, I've never been to Buffalo, but when I read that book, it kind of like showed me what life was really like. And also, like I said, it got a little romance in there. It has the gangster, for those of y'all who like the gang banging and all of that stuff. So, like I said, those are just a few books that I carry in my store that I've read. Again, not only do I have the bookstore, which we're trying to expand it, we're trying to expand it out of the flea market and actually find a location where you can actually come in and read the books and relax. Because that is our ultimate goal. Well, you can come and you can grab a book, you can sit down, you can relax and enjoy, eat a snack, or you can come in and get on your web. You know, anything. That is our ultimate goal, is to expand. But in order to expand, we first have to get started. And this is our starting point. So again, like I said, thank you for tuning in to Virginia Flavor TV. And I thank Virginia Flavor TV for giving me the opportunity to be on this show and tell y'all out there in the world. And I am a little country, yes, I did use the word y'all. And it's about my business. And like I said, I might have a telephone number, and my phone number is 804-433-5258. That's my personal cell phone number, and you can call me at any time. I don't work at 6 o'clock in the morning, so please make the phone calls after 9 if possible, instead of any time. Because I do have a friend that said he gets up 6 o'clock in the morning every morning and starts business. No, I'm not getting up that early. You can leave a message, but I'm not getting up that early. Also, like I said, tune into my show on WCLM 1450 AM radio. I do have some real talks where we talk about just basically whenever I find interesting. Sometimes I get my information off of Facebook, because sometimes there are some topics on there that really need emphasizing. For instance, like the thing with the guy combing his daughter's hair, how that went viral, all the negative feedback that came from that. And so I talk about those kind of things on my show because these things influence our young kids, and really that's what I'm really all about, is inspiring our young kids to get off of the block, take that knowledge that they use to stay on their block and put it and turn it into a positive thing. Because the same thing, the way they make that money, they got a talent. They got a talent, and they can do wonders with their talent where they don't have to be watching their back and spending time in jail. And that's what we are trying to do. Like I said, we have little authors. We start as young as 8 years old. We have an 8-year-old author. She has a book out. We have a 10-year-old author. So, you know, that's what we do. We inspire. We try, and it doesn't matter how old you are. Come to IDM. We'll help you. We can do something with you. So again, like I said, thank you. Thank you for tuning in, and I appreciate your time. Again, my books, What Goes On Behind Closed Doors, A Story of a Preacher's Wife, and What Goes On Behind Closed Doors, Part 2, Where Do I Go From Here? They're available on Amazon.com. They're available in Barnes & Nobles, and you go to the bookstore and ask for them, and they will get the book for you. Or you can come and visit me personally at 3302 Williamsburg Road at the Africango Flea Market, which is right behind BBC Food off of Williamsburg Road. And I'm there usually from Wednesday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. So, like I said, any one of those 3 places you can buy my books, Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, or you can come to my flea market. And you can come to the flea market, and most of those books that's on my website, you can get them from Barnes & Nobles, you can get them from Amazon also. And they're also on the web where you can get them on the internet, you know, the little Nook and the iPads. You can download them from there for also. So, like I said, I thank Virginia Flavor TV. This is Felicia Harding Williams, CEO, owner, author, publisher, and writer of Inspirational Ministries bookstore. Like I said, Inspirational Ministries on air is my radio station, and Inspirational Ministry Live is the Comcast TV show that I do right now, which will be ending soon. So thanks again for tuning in.